Namaskar. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Society for the Preservation of Satyajit Ray Archives, popularly known as the Satyajit Ray Society, it is our pleasure to welcome you all to this evening's program. The launch of the book, Satyajit Ray's Ravi Shankar, and Satyajit Ray Memorial Lecture, Auditorium, Rabindranath Tagore Center, ICCR, Kolkata. The Satyajit Ray Society has been functioning since 1993. Satyajit Ray has not only left behind a legacy of 36 films, but also a 70,000 document-strong paper archive, each page of which shows the mark of a multifaceted genius. These include his graphics, posters, illustrations, film-related artwork, music notations, books written by him, and books written on him. Due to Kolkata's humid weather, this massive paper archive has been in varying stages of deterioration. The Society is restoring all the master's papers, including his notebooks and sketchbooks, in optical and digital storage formats. Sometime in the early days of his career as a filmmaker, Satyajit Ray wanted to make a short film on Pandit Ravi Shankar. As he said, he knew Ravi Shankar well personally and liked the sound of his instrument. The film was presumably intended to be a tribute to a friend. He made a 32-page visual script containing well over 100 sketches of shots in the manner of the storyboard that he had done earlier for Pothe Pachari. There was no dialogue in the script, but only some technical instructions about camera movements and other related matters, aside from the sketches. Why the film did not take off from the storyboard remains an enduring mystery. This is the first time that the entire script comes out from the archives of the Satyajit Ray Society and sees the light of the day. The book contains a facsimile of the script and also has a reflective introduction by Shankar Lal Bhattacharjee and articles and interviews by Satyajit Ray and Pandit Ravi Shankar. It has been brought out by HarperCollins Publishers India in association with the Satyajit Ray Society. This is the second time that the Satyajit Ray Society and HarperCollins have come together and collaborated to bring out a publication. The first having been Deep Focus, Reflections on Cinema, that came out in December 2011. Mr. Naseeruddin Shah, renowned screen and stage actor, will release the book later this evening, today being the 93rd birth anniversary of Satyajit Ray. Mr. Shah will also release the book entitled 14 Stories That Inspired Satyajit Ray, a Harper perennial publication. The book is a collection of translations of stories that Satyajit Ray adapted for his films. Mr. Naseeruddin Shah will also deliver this year's Ray Memorial Lecture. This will be followed by the screening of 2 short Ray films entitled Two and The Inner Eye. It is my pleasure, sir, to welcome you to the stage. I would also like to invite on stage well-known film personality Shri Soumitra Chatterjee, Mr. D.N. Ghosh, the President of the Satyajit Ray Society, well-known filmmaker Mr. Shondeep Ray, well-known actor Mr. Dhritiman Chatterjee, the Regional Director of Rabindranath Tagore Center, ICCR Kolkata, Mrs. Rajeshri Behra, and the Managing Editor of HarperCollins Publishers India, Mr. Shantanu Roy Chaudhary. The Satyajit Ray Society would like to welcome Mr. Naseeruddin Shah, and may I request Mr. Soumitra Chatterjee to do the honors on behalf of the Satyajit Ray Society by presenting him with the traditional shawl. Under the leadership of Mr. D.N. Ghosh, President, the Satyajit Ray Society has taken up the work to restore, preserve, and disseminate Satyajit Ray's works. May I request Shri Ghosh, a distinguished author himself, to say a few words.
Today is a gold-letter day in the cultural calendar of the world. Satyajit Ray was born on this day 93 years ago. On behalf of the Society for the Preservation of Ray Archives, Ray Society as it is known short, I welcome you to this celebration of the magnificent legacy of Satyajit Ray. Ray Society was founded, I think it's 1993. When Satyajit Ray died, the condition of negatives and prints of many of his films was in a precarious shape. Restoration became our first priority. We tied up with the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences in Los Angeles and have so far restored as many as 19 films. Apart from films, Satyajit Ray had left behind a vast volume of his artistic output on paper, thousands and thousands of pages of scripts, sketches, artworks, manuscript, music notations, and much else. Much of this invaluable legacy was in letters after he passed away. We were able to get the assistance of Victoria and Albert Museum in London in the Circulian Restoration Project. Today, after years of painstaking work, and I was proud to be associated with it, I can say that we have the largest and most authentic archive on Satyajit Ray in our custody. This veritable treasure trove covers almost the entire creative output of Satyajit Ray. It is stored safely by us in original as well as in digital format for the benefit of lovers of art, of the cinema, and for researchers. While we continue to look for, collect, and add newer materials to our archives all the time, our priority has been gradually shifting to sharing this grand legacy with others in India and abroad. We have been holding exhibition of Ray's works and films in Kolkata, Mumbai, and Delhi every year. We have also been contributing rare material to many international events commemorating Satyajit Ray. Today's event is the third Satyajit Ray Memorial Lecture we are organizing. As part of the dissemination drive, as you have just been told, we have also begun to publish books by Satyajit Ray and on Satyajit Ray. Many of you will remember the focused Reflections on the Cinema, a collection of long essays or masterpieces by Ray that we brought out in December 2011, and it's in this hall itself, in collaboration with HarperCollins Publishers. I'm happy to say the Society will be unveiling another book, Satyajit Ray Ravi Shankar, in a few minutes from now. I welcome Padma Vibhushan Shri Naseeruddin Shah, one of the greatest thespians to adorn our stage and cinema, and has graciously agreed to be with us to deliver the third Satyajit Ray Memorial Lecture. Before I end this address, let me confide to you something which I would greatly appreciate you to respond. Ray Society has very few sources of income, and I know how painful it has been for all these years to collect funds and donations. Yes, we did succeed to a certain extent, considering my relationship with many of the corporate houses, but we cannot rely on them for all time to come. I think donations have been very few and far between. So I'm appealing to all of you, and I'm appealing every time that I think we should come forward with generous contributions to preserve this legacy of ours. I thank in any case for many donors, for taking this opportunity of thanking donors for the generous support all these years, and hope that it will continue in future. I welcome others, as I said, to come out and aid us in making this wonderful inheritance safe and available to future generations. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.